Has there ever been anything like this in recent Russian history? And who are the ringleaders of this pushback against Matilda?
Oh, this is a very good question, and this is a very weird story from the very start. It started as some kind of, I'd say, grassroots activity of one of Russian lawmakers, Poklonskaya, and it was basically viewed as her sort of private obsession with, mostly with the figure of Tsar himself at the beginning. So it was perceived as some kind of empty, tabloid-like subject, nothing really to talk about, much ado about nothing. And we didn't pay very much attention, at least I didn't. But it sort of started growing bigger and bigger since when it started triggering real terror attacks. Someone threw a Molotov cocktail into director's office. Then there was a truck who rammed into a movie theater in Yekaterinburg. Then there was a couple of cars were burned down in Moscow, if I'm correct. And then, as you already mentioned, the big movie chains actually refused to screen the film, and this is when it obviously moved to some other stage. It's like one of the most important political, social things going around here in Russia now. And latest developments as well are that these Orthodox believers, as you mentioned, these activists, which call themselves, if I'm correct, Christian state, which is for me a clear reference to Islamic State, of course. They are somehow believed to be connected. Some of them were even detained, charged with these attacks, with burning the cars at least. Then their leader, somehow, either he is still under detention or he disappeared already. No one knows really what's going on with them right now. That's what we want to. That's what we're trying to figure out basically right now, where they are. So this is the state of affairs for this very moment.
So you mentioned Natalia Poklonskaya, a very well-known figure in Ukraine, the Duma deputy from annexed Crimea, but she seems to have some support among high-level people, including Bishop Tikhon Shevkunov, who is believed to be Russian President Vladimir Putin's personal confessor and an important church official in Russia. How much backing do you think she has?
Well, this is the most interesting question. And we know, for example, that, well, at least we assume that Vladimir Putin doesn't really pay very much, at least he didn't pay very much attention and didn't really care about the whole thing. He was giving his comments a few weeks ago. No, earlier than that, whatever. Before it grew, the whole thing. And his position was that, well, we're a free country and we favor any kind of discussion, so so be it. But yes, it's clear that there are some alt-conservative circles in church who share Poklonskaya's views on this subject and on the figure of the Tsar. But they're not alone, these church officials. We also know that Russian Parliament Speaker Vyacheslav Volodin also supported Poklonskaya already after it was these movie chains announced that they were not going to run the film. So there are definitely some fractions inside the system, inside the machine of Russian power, who, if they didn't start the whole thing, which we don't know, they obviously embraced it at some point. When the whole thing started growing, and the turning point was this movie theater chain refusing to show the film, then the culture ministry stood up. And actually said that it's a shame, that it's going all the wrong way, that something has to be done. So the position of Russian state in the face of Minister of Culture, Medinsky, was quite outspoken and was quite clear. If they will still not show it, this movie theater chains, this will be a very important thing which could trigger some other complications for art industry, of course, and for the whole atmosphere, climate of censorship and pressure. This is for sure.